Hey guys, next to me is the new brand identity Dacia Spring 2023, and it's the cheapest electric car you can buy, or actually the cheapest car you can buy. Okay, judging from the exterior, first of all we have a brand new color. Actually we have 4 new colors, but this one is dedicated to the Dacia Spring. This is the slate blue. It looks pretty nice, but on the new brand identity Dacia Sandero, Jogger and Duster, they have like some marble-ish green. I'm not exactly sure the name of the color. No, I know it. Cheddar green. Okay, but it has a lot of flakes in it and it's pretty nice. So we have the Lambo headlights that have been reduced. They're not necessarily Lambo headlights anymore, they're Lambo wannabes. And down here we have the new brand identity white lines that complete the whole front end of the car. Here we have the charging port, but you have to open it from the inside and it's in the weirdest position possible. It's underneath the steering wheel, and instead of opening upwards like on the previous generation, now you open it on the side, and it supports charging somewhere around 50 to 75 kilowatts, so that's actually decent. And the Dacia, the new brand identity Dacia Spring, now has something very interesting. It swapped from the 45 horsepower engine to the 65 horsepower engine, but keeping the same braking system. There was literally no need to change it though. And it also keeps the same autonomy, except if you drive 100% in the city. Then it goes from 200 kilometers to 300 kilometers of range. And I can say that that is actually achievable depending on your driving style. We can see the motor over here, but I would have enjoyed one thing a little bit more. So, okay, Dacia likes to keep their cars as simple and as cheap as possible. That's their thing, basically. So I would have liked though to have an extra option that I would pay for, to have a frunk, because you have space for a frunk but you do not have one. At least, I don't know, a small tiny space to keep my cables or stuff like that. Okay, this is a big one. We have copper ornaments. These are new on the new brand identity Dacias, the 2023 model year. So, copper ornaments, we have a new logo and a new Tybro something. Also here, these are basically stickers, and their only purpose is to just complete the car a little bit more. We have 14-inch alloy wheels that are 165 on 70 on 14, and they actually look pretty good. And the whole car itself, it actually looks decent. I cannot complain about it. Lambo stoplights with Dacia written over here, but unlike the bigger models, Dacia is not written on white font. It's just integrated in the stoplight, spelled in red. And over here in the back, again, the emblem is not white anymore, it's copper, and I do like the color combination a lot. So from this point of view, they did a really good job. The trunk opens from this tiny button, and hear this out. Okay, and you have enough space for, I think, 2 carry-ons. Yeah, 2 carry-ons. I actually think you can fit 4 if you just stack them up. So the trunk space is more than respectable. 290 liters if I'm not mistaken. And other than that, you have literally nothing in here. You don't even have a handle to close it, so you have to always put your hands on the car. And listen to this. Okay, one other interesting aspect. What is she doing? Why is she parking here? This is a big ass parking lot and she parks here while we are filming. I don't like old people anymore. You have only one spritzer? How do you call this? You have only one thingy-majig to water your windshield, and at the same time only one windshield wiper. And now let's see about the interior, because things are very basic. So this is probably the only electric car that comes with a regular key. It's not even a knife type key that you just pop out. It's just a regular key, and you put it in here, and whenever you press the pedal and you do this, it should say okay. Apparently I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Now it says OK. Whenever it says OK, that means the car is ready to drive. Infotainment is the same one as on the previous models, and the only different thing that we have in here are the new steering wheel from the new Dacias. You have copper elements around the car on the vents that, by the way, they wobble a little bit. And at the same time you have brand new seats, and the seats are actually surprisingly comfortable. Almost no lateral support, but you don't need it because this is a car that will never leave town, or mostly never leave town. But I do like that you have the copper inserts on the seat. That's a pretty nice touch. And the DC logo over here from Dacia, and in Romanian DC is actually spelled DC, and that means why. So that's pretty nice. The SOS button over here. Here down below you have a 12-volt socket, the car location system. So if you give your friend a car and he knows about this button, he can turn the car off, so you cannot track him on your Dacia app anymore. Speed limiter and ESP off, or DSC, or whatever traction control system it has. On the side you have just regular buttons, knob, so you can adjust the headlights and parking sensors and mirrors and whatnot. Everything else is pretty basic, is pretty normal, and except the seats and this piano black over here, these are all of the materials all over the car. Usually Dacia puts on the armrest something softer so your arm doesn't hurt while driving on a long road, but they didn't do that on the Spring. So this is cost cutting going all the way. So the glove box wants to kill you whenever you open it. And gear selector, and not only that, we have probably the only electric with a regular key and you have to actually twist the key, but we have a manual handbrake. So that means that if you're cocky enough, you can actually drift this thing. And now let's go in the back. First of all, you have to always pay attention whenever you enter the car so you don't hit your head, because you can see how I'm sitting. The seat is in my position, and yes, I am pushing towards the spine of the driver, but just a little bit. Also, the seating position is just a little bit too vertical, and I have here almost 3 fingers headroom, but it just depends on your height. I am 183, so that means 6 foot tall. Other than that, you only have 2 pockets in the backs of the seats, and that's it. You don't even have pockets on the door. So this is literally as basic as you can get. You only have 2 seats, you don't have 4 seats, and if you pull these 2 strings over here, you can even get access to the trunk. So that's a nice touch, but this is the first Dacia that I see that does not have a place to save your seatbelt. And Dacia always had a place to save your seatbelt. I think that's it. So until next time, drive safe. Okay, so now we are driving the Dacia Spring, and here we have Silvian, my colleague from the Romanian channel. Do you speak English? Parlez-vous anglais?
What is English, my friend?
Potato.
Potato.
I speak potato. So, fortunately for me, we swapped seats when the Serpent Road started. So I'm having a lot of fun right now.
Yeah, me too.
First thing I want to tell you about the Spring, probably the biggest disadvantage of this car. If you want to buy, I don't know, a soda or anything, buy it in a bottle, not in a can, because then you have to hold it in your hand, the can.
The cup holder is your hand.
Yes, the cup holder is your hand. Next, something else I do not like, the steering wheel. I mean, I have nothing with the steering wheel, but they used a different material than they used on the other Dacias, the Sandero, the Duster, the Jaguar, all of them. And this one is very slippery, so if you don't have sweaty palms, it's literally gonna slip.
Slippery as a snake, because you are a snake.
You're a snake. Why did I invite you? Just go in the back. Go over there. Behave. And other than that, autonomy-wise, yes, the car said 204 kilometers when we started it.
We're gonna die.
And after 50 kilometers, we have 133, but we had 150 like 10 ago when I started driving. The main issue with the autonomy is the driver. But if you go fully town driving, then yes, you will get close to 300 kilometers. And the statistics that Dacia said were that 93% of the people who buy the first electric buy a Dacia Spring. 73% of people
Are
buy
new
the
clients.
Dacia Spring as a secondary car or as a main car.
72% are new clients,
Okay.
and 90% buy the Dacia Spring
As the secondary car. Yeah. And not only that, the average person who owns a Spring drives medium of 31 kilometers per day at a average speed of 26 kilometers an hour. So basically you can use the Spring for what, 1 week
For a full week without
charging
yeah.
it. Yeah.
So that's pretty impressive.
That's basically all you need to know. The car has all the basic commodities except the cup holder. You have AC, and yes, this test drive we did it with the AC on, because if we turn off the AC and the vent, and then we put it in
same range.
And if you put it in eco mode, you get 10 kilometers extra. But by the time that passes and you keep on driving, it's just gonna help you.
And you don't have the, how do you call them?
You don't have handles. Yeah. So you have, if you have a driver like me on serpent roads in a Spring, you're just gonna be like this all the time.
God damn!
Other than that, the seats are quite comfortable. We've been driving for what, 2 hours now, and I have nothing to complain about.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
That's pretty new, actually.
The seats are way better than the previous generation or the previous older new brand identity.
Yeah. And with all this extra huge power, the weight is the same, so it's still under 1 ton.
The previous generation, the one with the 45 horsepower motor, had 970 kilos, and this one has 975. And the motor is completely changed. Basically,
it's more compacted at the same time.
Yeah, it's a little bit more compact, and they upgraded or changed or added some coils.
So they have new coils, new bearings. The rotor, I think, is changed. They have a reduction system to help. So the more speed you have from the engine, then that is gonna go to the wheel, so you have more torque, basically. But if you look at the numbers, the 45 horsepower version had 125 Newton meters of torque, and this one has 113. It's
less.
Kind of weird, you know.
Usually horsepower comes from torque, or at least that's what happens in internal combustion vehicles.
Yeah.
And whenever you go under 30 kilometers an hour, the car starts screaming outside.
And because we are going at a low speed now, the shock absorbers are improved to be more comfortable, especially at low speeds.
I mean, really, for a daily driver in town, a daily commuter from home to work, the only reason you would buy something else is if you can afford it and you want something a little bit more luxurious. Otherwise, this car is literally perfect for it.
Yeah.
So see over here, you have nothing. You have like some caps, and in the back you do have the handles for like the clickers.
Yes, but they are so tall, you see?
Can you press them?
Yeah. Oh, they're stiff.
That's what she said. Other improvements. North to 50 kilometers an hour, not miles. Goes from 5.5 to 3.
From 5.8 to 3.9.
To 3.9. So that's 2 seconds less from 0 to 50 kilometers an hour. And north to 60 miles or 0 to 100 kilometers per hour. Reduced from 19.2
to 13.7 or something like that.
12.7.
12.7, yeah.
So yeah, that's a 7-second improvement from north to 60.
Just from 20 horsepower extra. And yeah, the top speed still is at 125 kilometers
yes,
per
top
hour.
speed
That's
is
roughly 80 miles per hour. Something, 70.
No, that's 80 miles per hour,
80 miles per hour, yeah.
70 to 80.
But at the same time, I'm not feeling necessarily safe going at 100 miles per hour with this car, to be honest.
You cannot get to 100 miles per hour with this car. But earlier, when we were on a slope downwards,
that was scary.
yeah, we had 120 kilometers an hour.
At 120?
Yeah, when I passed that Citroen. So the car has so much power, so much torque that whenever you enter a twisty road, it literally cuts your power so you don't get wheel spin. So I just took the ESP off, the traction
Oh wait,
control.
did you activate it back?
No, it activates after a certain speed. Let's
Okay.
see, 50. At 54, for some reason, at 54 kilometers an hour, no, 53, it just activates back. Well, it's
Interesting.
good that it activates back, but why 52, not 50? Or 60, or 40? Like, why 52?
I don't know.
Safety, very bad.
Yeah.
1 star at the Euro NCAP safety ratings. Didn't it used to have like half a star or
Yeah,
something?
that's an improvement though.
So that's what, 56% safety for adult occupants,
Yes.
40
49 for child.
child,
Something like
36.
36.
Yeah, 36 for the
Pedestrians?
pedestrians and 32 for the safety features. So do not crash your Dacia Spring.
No.
Or if you are
Just
about,
if you are going in a make drive, be careful because
if you hit a pothole or a sidewalk,
you're gonna die.
So if you're about to crash in a Dacia Spring, pray. And something nice, I can pull the... That was a very bad sound.
Windows controller in the middle. You have the echo button,
That's-
the hazard button, lock unlock.
you have
infotainment is
Apple
the same.
CarPlay, so that's good.
Yeah, I have Apple CarPlay. Yeah.
With the cable, and I have USB, auxiliary, and the 12-volt sockets. Those are all of the holes in the car.
And I'm the stupid one from this
No,
relationship.
you're the young one. But yeah, he's the engineer of the group. Well, you are gonna become an engineer, what, next year?
So be prepared. Be prepared, the industry. I'm coming.
Oh, speaking of engineers, if you wanna see how Romanian people literally changed the entire car industry during the years, you have a clip here or down in the description, or it's one of the previous clips that I just
At
posted.
least two.
One more thing. Bye! Yay! Bye!
So yeah, I saw in IX. Lot of kisses.
Do you want to speak in an Indian accent? Is
No.
that Indian accent good enough?
I saw something on the internet. How you stupid. Oh shit, sorry. Ow. How to speak Indian with an Indian accent? You just replace a letter with another letter and that's it. You speak like an Indian. It's crazy. Wait.
The T with the...
How to speak with an Indian? Don't. Don't. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
Don't speak with me.
Don't speak with me. Don't speak with me.
Okay, bye. It's going
Really bad.
Bye.